Thank you for joining us for the North Shore Give Week training webinar. First things first, let's make sure that your nonprofit is registered. On the homepage, select Nonprofit Registration. Be sure to read through all of the registration information. At the bottom of the page, if you are already logged in to your organization's admin user account, you'll see your organization listed here. Simply select and then click the Select button. If your organization name is not showing, begin to type in the name of your organization and then choose your organization from the drop-down menu. Then click Select. If you know that you are already registered or you would like to view your organization profile page, select your name in the upper right corner. If you are not logged in, there will be a login option. If logged in, select the organization name from the drop-down. You will be taken to the overview section of your organization profile page. Here, you will be able to see the status of your North Shore Give Week 2025 registration. You will either be registered, pending, or not yet started. Please be sure to come in and review your status. Selecting Organization Page on your left side dashboard will take you to the organization page the public will see. Be sure when you're customizing your page to be in edit mode. You can toggle this on and off in the upper right corner. We recommend using the to-do list to guide you through the process. We have a few required tasks as well as some recommended. When you select an item in the organization to-do list, you know if the item is complete because of the blue check mark. If it does not have a check mark, click the item to be taken to that section to customize. You'll notice that there are edit icons throughout the page. This means these are areas that you can edit, although the structure of the page cannot be changed. For example, your logo will always be here. You are welcome to customize your logo. You can even customize the colors of your page, something to keep in mind and also something to get excited about. Some areas that are already grayed out give you the option to add that section. For example, we just added the page metrics. If you do not wish to have that section show, simply click Hide Section and it will be removed from the public view. The About section is required. Please use the Ferwalla at the top of the section to customize. You can add images, videos, exciting text, color, hyperlinks, add buttons, whatever you would like to do so that you can represent your organization and why you're participating in North Shore Give Week. Be sure to select the Save button. As you scroll down the page, you'll come to a section for featured campaigns. We'll touch on campaigns in a moment, but this is where you can highlight any peer-to-peer campaigns that your organization is featuring or that your supporters are hosting on your behalf. You do not need to have a featured campaign section, but it is a great option. If you do not wish to have it, simply hide the section. The giving activity will begin to populate as donations are made to your organization profile page. As donations are made in real time, the donor and the amount will show here. During the checkout flow, donors have the option to either hide their name, hide the donation amount, or hide both. However, if you do not wish for any giving activity to be shown, please select the edit option and hide this section. Something to note, any donation made to your organization, whether your organization profile page or a peer-to-peer campaign, will be shown here. Within the media gallery, you can add still images or videos. If you do choose to add a video, it must be hosted through Vimeo or YouTube. The final section to note on your organization profile page is the organization data section. Here, you want to review all of the information and make any updates if things have changed. Simply click the edit icon to make the update and be sure to select Save. Now that we've seen our organization profile page, let's take a look at our dashboard. We'll start at the bottom. The settings tab is where a lot of your information is going to be stored. For the most part, you won't need to make any changes here, but we do recommend taking a look at your disbursement settings and your organization info just to make sure nothing needs to be updated from last year. You can also add additional admins to your organization profile page or remove previous admins that no longer need access. Next, in the checkout flow, you have the option to customize your donation form, your thank you page, and your donation receipt. As an example, your thank you page is going to be where donors are taken immediately following their donation. This is your first step in stewarding your donors. Be sure your thank you page is robust and reflects your nonprofit's mission. Not only can you add text to the thank you page, but you'll notice that the Frawala is the same as that of the About section on the organization profile page. Feel free to add images, videos, hyperlinks, buttons, totally up to you. We also have a button at the bottom for redirecting your donors. This is sort of the next step in donor stewardship. You can customize the button to direct your donors to perhaps your organization profile page, maybe your website, maybe a social media outlet. Totally up to you, but we always want to be directing our donors to the next thing that they can see for your organization. At the very top of the page, after you've clicked save, you can select view this page. This will give you a view of what your donors will receive immediately following their donation. You can do the same for the donation report. The donation receipt. When viewing your reporting, you can view all of the donations to your organization here. If you need to add offline donations, you can do that by selecting offline donations and then click add offline donation in the upper right corner. You'll notice that there are only 3 required fields. However, we recommend adding as much information about the donor as you can. You even have the option to add notes, to add a dedication, or to hide the name or the amount of the donor. This allows you to begin building your donations report, which means you're reporting for stewarding your donors after North Shore Give Week. Think of it as creating your donor database. Next is your fundraising tools. Within the fundraising tools tab, you'll see campaigns, forms for embedding, matching grants, and fundraiser templates. Let's start first with your matching grants. Matching grants are a great way to encourage donors to give a little bit more than perhaps they initially intended. You can create a matching grant here by adding any relevant information. Pretty much any field is something you're going to want to add. Although the logo is not required, it's a great piece for catching someone's eye. The start time, and the end time are required. If you already have a matching grant, you can even queue a grant to start right after the current match. Be sure to complete all of the fields and then select Create Match. If you have any questions, we do have a matching grant support article in our support library. Back in our fundraising tools, our fundraiser template allows you to create a peer-to-peer fundraising template for your supporters. Although the template is not required, it is a great start for some of your supporters who might not be as tech savvy. You can add any fields or complete any fields that you would like. None are required, but the more you provide, the more is pre-populated into the fundraiser page for your supporters. Something to note, your supporters can always edit and customize even when you've created a fundraiser template. Something I like to suggest is adding an image or a logo representing your nonprofit so that your supporters don't have to find that image. It's also a great way to put your branding out into the community. Once you've completed the template, be sure to select Create Template. Any campaigns that are created will then be shown in the campaigns report here. Let's take a quick look at your organization profile page. If someone does want to create a fundraiser page for your organization during North Shore Give Week, they can simply select the fundraise button here. They will then be walked through the process of creating the fundraiser and electing whether or not to use the template you have created. Once they launch the page manager, the page will pre-populate with the items that you listed within the fundraiser template. Like we said, they can always come in and add, customize, and make it their own. Once the page is ready, all they need to do is select publish. Once published, the page is live and it can be sent to friends and family. As you consider preparing for North Shore Give Week, we recommend always take a look at your overview page and verify your registration status. Come to your organization profile page and review. Is there anything that needs to be updated from last year? Is there anything new that you want to include? Always be sure to save your work. Thank you so much for joining us for our North Shore Give Week training webinar.